We have had some technical problems.
10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's that camera, by the way, Tess. It's the one on the wall. And we're live! Hi, everybody. Welcome to PTZOptics Live. Back to basics.
Today is all about NDI, so I wore my appropriate gear.
Yes, today we wanted to take a step back and talk about 10 ways we're using the NewTek NDI. It's so funny. I remember thinking, do I need this? IP video, what is it? And now I think this presentation that we're going to make today is really going to open your eyes to literally every single live show. We're using 10 different versions of the NewTek NDI. In fact, check out our new NDI Z-Cam. Tess is using it right now.
Howdy guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing well today. Make sure you're saying hi to me in the chat. And that's right, you're looking at me right now through our NDI Z-Cam. This camera has a super wide angle. If you can't tell, it's got that 120 optical wide angle field of view. Thank you, Paul. And it's also powered and connected via Ethernet.
So it's got power over Ethernet there.
Oh, you want me to? I'm sorry.
It's
you
okay.
threw me off.
Yeah, you can show it if you want.
All right, so here's our SDI cable, and then you can't quite see it, but our Ethernet's right over here powering and connecting the camera. We have the SDI plugged in as backup, really.
Yep, SDI is backup, but we've run out of SDI ports, and we've added more and more cameras to our system. So finally, top secret, not anymore, Magewell has released what I think is one of the most exciting products of 2018. That is an NDI Pro Capture Converter that is going to, it really blew my mind here. You saw this a little bit at NAB if you watched our show. Now we finally got a chance to put it to the test. Yes, that is a PTZ port there. And then just Ethernet there, PoE, plus a backup USB power. So we're going to show you this. Actually, let's open the box. Let me show you this.
Uh-oh, live unboxing alert.
And look at that HDMI feed coming in like butter. All right, guys, we've got 10 ways that we use the NewTek NDI in every show that we produce. You got to check this out. Let's take a look. The first way I use the NewTek NDI for every live streaming show is to pull in the slides from my PC. Now, I can't imagine not having the NewTek NDI with this because we used to have Michael, who's our live producer, also push the slides forward each time. And he has enough things on his plate, trying to be a producer, live streaming to multiple destinations, and choosing different cameras. So what we do is, actually this is something that I've been wanting to show for a long time, is we actually used a Magewell capture card with an HDMI loop through. So you can see there's HDMI coming out of my laptop, and then HDMI coming out of this device back into my computer. So this display here is essentially an extended desktop of my computer. This allows me to take the captured device here, like as a webcam, this is a video capture device, into OBS and then make my presentation available as an NDI source to our main production PC. So therefore, I'm in full control of when the slides go forward and backward, which is what I want. And I'm taking off that responsibility from our producer, and we don't have to really do anything other than send a stream that way. Now, number 2 is the Telestrator. We use this all the time for our video productions, but before I go to there, what is this? It's actually top secret, brand new product from Magewell. Looks a lot like our capture device. HDMI in, HDMI out, PTZ control, oh me oh my. What is this? An Ethernet port instead of a USB 3.0 for capturing. That is direct NDI video. So that would actually replace the need for me to use OBS here, and that would take off processing power from my computer and potentially make things a lot nicer. I cannot wait to use this and use my capture device for something else. Anyway, here is my NDI Telestrator. I wonder if a lot of people have seen this. This allows me to telestrate directly onto my laptop. This is completely wireless. Now let's check out the latency here. If I click present there, boom, it's full screen here. So this is generally my workflow. I will go through my slides. I don't know if people have seen this. We have options for all different colors, different shapes, and I also have the ability to do a highlighter, which I like a lot as well. Oh, that's not highlighter mode. Where's highlighter? Here it is. So I can highlight different things. Changing colors is a great presentation tool to be able to use different colors throughout your presentation. And let's show over here at our main broadcast PC, Tess is gonna pull up my NDI output so you guys can see just how easy it is to pull in my slides and my telestration layer.
All right, so I've just gone to add input within vMix. Going to go to my NDI desktop capture option. I'm going to scroll down until I see Paul's feed, which is his presentation. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Here it is. Now we're ready to annotate and access Paul's presentation via NDI desktop capture. All right, number 3 is our NDI cam. We love this for when we're transitioning from place to place. We can have a mobile feed so we can never lose our shot on camera. Right now I'm on selfie mode. You can run a little selfie stream wherever you see fit. So let's head over and pull that feed into our streaming software. Transitioning mobily, of course, so we can be accessible at all times.
All right, look how easy this is. So again, we just go into our NDI sources. We have so many NDI sources. We're using so many of them. Here's the NDI camera here, and boom, we have a live feed from Tess. Okay, number 4, we have NDI cameras all over our studio, and it is now our de facto easiest way to deploy cameras in places where we couldn't run generally SDI cabling. So you can see here we've got our NDI Z-Cam. We ran out of inputs on our PCIe card. As many of you guys know, we use a Magewell SDI PCIe Pro Capture card. We have 2 of them in our custom built computer, but we actually have now we have about 12 to 14 cameras in our studio and throughout our office. And plugging in an Ethernet cable to a power over Ethernet camera allows us to deploy cameras all over the place without having to run long SDI cables. So here's 2 right here. We've got a couple over in our podcasting studio, and it just makes the ability of having cameras all over the place, adding additional studios just so easy, additional different production areas. Okay, number 5, remotely controlling PTZ cameras over your local area network using an Xbox controller. My daughter's controlling it right now, so we'll have to excuse me because she's giving it a go, but generally we'll allow our intern Brian to remotely control cameras if things need to be moved around just a little bit. Number 6, we are pulling in the audio from our podcasting studio into the NewTek NDI to our main broadcast PC. Let me show you how that's done. So first of all, here is our audio mixer, and you can see here we have 2 different audio buses. M is main and A is the A audio bus, and everything is being sent to A that we want to be sent out to the NewTek NDI. So let me show you the settings here. As you can see, our outputs via NDI, all cameras and all audio outputs are being made available via the NewTek NDI. So let's pull those into our main broadcast studio so you can see how it works. Number 7, when we're here in our podcasting studio, we're actually live streaming from our main broadcast system since everything's connected over the local area network. So while we're over here, what we like to be able to do is have a confidence monitor. So let's take a look at this. So what I'm gonna do is just add an input, and what we like to look at is we like to be able to see the output of our main broadcast studio. So that's right here. So we'll have our output of our main broadcast studio, and I can actually control that remotely. And so what we'll do is we can actually switch cameras just like that using, this is a web connection to vMix. So we actually can control the broadcast studio remotely and pull in a confidence monitor so we can see what we're doing. So it's almost as if each of our different vMix installations and systems here are all connected and easily controllable from any of our different production studios that we have. All right, number 8. Generally, our intern's not here today, or at least not this morning, but generally what we'll ask him to do is just pop in and monitor the audio using the NewTek NDI Studio Monitor. You guys know we've had issues with our audio from time to time, and it's nice to have somebody completely outside your studio monitoring the audio, because that way, you know, it's just a second set of ears, someone on your local area network that can say, hey, audio sounds good to me, and it gives us that extra boost of confidence. Number 9, what we're doing here is we're using the NewTek NDI Studio Monitor to record a version of our show. So there's a couple different ways that we can do this, but as you can see here, we have access using the Studio Monitor to any different port. There's our Telestrator there. That actually gives us an alpha channel of our Telestrator. Here's our, this is our podcasting PC. This is my laptop, and then right here, this is the output of our main broadcast. So we can use NewTek NDI Studio Monitor actually to do an isolated recording. So that way it takes the processing off of our broadcast PC or this PC. So if I want to, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't really feel the need to, I can record directly 1080p 30 up to 1080p 60 MP4 files directly to my Windows computer here, just as a backup isolated recording that we can make it easy depending on how our workflow is. This would be really great for like Brian, our intern, if we wanted him to record snippets of our show and post them on social media, or if we wanted him to just be in charge of recording and posting the video portion of our podcast or the video portion of our show to various YouTube channels. So it allows you to really work with distributed teams throughout your local area network. So number 10, from time to time we do video conferences, whether we're meeting with business partners or customers and clients, and we like to use actually Zoom video conferencing. And we're gonna tie this together with the 10th way we most commonly use the NewTek NDI. Is you can see here the virtual camera input. See there? NewTek NDI video. When I select that, it's actually going to create a driver that is connected. Let me just configure it. This is right here. You can see that I have it set for none, but I can choose any PTZOptics camera on my network. You can see I have quite a few, and then any output. So let's just choose the output of our main broadcast PC here. So by default, just so you guys know, it does show up mirrored. You can go into video settings and turn off the mirror effect. There's no need for that when we're pulling in video signals. And the thing I love about this is that any NDI source on our local area network can now be brought up as a virtual camera inside any web conferencing or any computer or software that supports webcams. So that is a very wide-reaching technology. If you understand how to use this stuff, you will find solutions, and you will find that the answer is yes to a lot of technologically technical problems that we have in the AV broadcast industry. So that's number 10. Let's get back to the show. All right, so that's 10 ways to use the NewTek NDI in your broadcast studio. I still remember kind of thinking that I didn't need it, and then just trying new things, trying to push the envelope, and now here we are. It's embedded into like almost everything we're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, what really inspired us for the show was just kind of talking about it and realizing, oh my gosh, like look at all the ways that we are honestly using it. So it was easy for us from there.
So one last fun demonstration. We have, we want to really show this off in a real world scenario. So Tessa's going to use her selfie cam.
That's what I was just showing Paul, if you caught that.
This has the NDI Cam app on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk from our studio here to our podcasting studio. And We've done this before. Should be no problem. Seamlessly using our Wi-Fi network for the NDI camera, our hardwired local area network for all the video sources you're going to see. We've got a camera in the hallway. We've got 3 cameras in our podcasting studio. We have the audio coming from our podcasting studio. That's all seamlessly integrated together. And this allows for broadcast studios to have multiple broadcast studios, to have a podcasting studio, to have independent yet centrally managed and accessible systems. It's really a cool technology. So are we ready?
We're ready. I'm not getting a feed though from Tess.
Try now.
All right.
So do I have to, is it when it's red or do you have to press red? I'm confused.
So we actually have 2 different NDI camera.
Are you seeing it now? Should be Paul, side of Paul's face.
One app is from NewTek, and then you have the one that's from Sierra. And I have no idea whether the one is better than the other, but Mike, you might see mine as well.
There.
Which one are you seeing?
I got it.
You got it? Mine?
There you go.
Oh,
It's
that's
mine.
Paul's.
All right, are you ready? This is the one from NewTek.
Okay. We'll use yours then. There you go, NewTek. Yours is more trusty.
Oh, froze up. There you
Uh,
go.
is it a little,
It's a little wobbly.
ooh.
Pretty slow.
Do you have
Okay,
the
so this is
low
not working. This is the
latency
one.
option?
This is the one NDI thing that I have had issues with. They got to build that with NDI HX because we have a good Wi-Fi network. It's just not.
How's it looking on your end?
It's just kind of.
Still? Yeah.
Okay, that's not going to work.
That's not pretty.
All right, so the NDI wireless app. Let's just be honest, it doesn't really work in our scenario. Maybe
We've
we
used
could,
it plenty of times when
we
it has
have. It
worked.
has worked, but that has been the one thing.
Do you want to
the
see if mine comes
Telestrator
up?
was also another thing that was very difficult to get properly set up on our network with multicast. But now this Telestrator works great. The NDI cam, I think we still have some networking bugs to watch out. So let's go to our hallway cam, Mike, and we'll go from there.
Good thing we
All
have
right,
backup.
We'll see you guys in just a moment. Ta-da! All right. Tess, do you want to get in the stroller? And this is brand spanking new podcasting studio. And Mike, assuming that our microphones are on, we should be looking pretty, if you will. Let's see, how we doing?
Oh my goodness.
What?
I just noticed. Yeah, nothing wrong.
You talking to that so I can hear you?
Yep. Just noticed something
All right,
funny.
cool. I can hear you. All right, so I don't know if you guys have heard of or seen our studio lately, but this is it. This is our podcasting studio.
I can't hear my keys. Is that?
You can't hear the keys?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead and do it again. Okay. I know what that is. That's
What is
something that I have to quickly test up.
No worries.
But, all right, guys. So this is the podcasting studio. Welcome, welcome.
By the way, David, that was a recording camera. That wasn't a PTZOptics camera that you saw the flickering from.
Yeah, Mike has to, I forget what it is. There's something.
No
with
worries
the setup
there.
So what we've essentially done is connected 2 different broadcasting PCs together. And you guys got a chance to see all of that in action.
Good news is our audience is hearing our effects.
Okay, good. Yep. So there's just one quick thing I got to do. We hear it. Ugh. All right, good. I'm glad you guys hear it. So I'm going to fix something on that. You guys just chill. What did you think, Mike?
About what?
About the setup.
We're trying to fill in some space here.
Oh, I thought it was great. It was
Awesome.
a good show.
What's your guys' favorite NDI use that we just showed?
That's a good question for the audience. Mine is definitely just the interconnectivity of everything that we have. the ability to just connect everything together.
I think one of our most used and most useful ones, besides the NDI HX cameras, of course, is maybe just pulling NDI desktop captures.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. That's definitely one of the top uses for us. The Telestrator, Paul is Telestrator happy, I say. He loves to annotate. So that's his thing.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead back to the main studio, and we're going to cut the stream on YouTube, and we are going to go ahead and do our post show as we always do on both Facebook and
if you guys haven't been to the past few episodes, we've done some adjusting around here. We are now doing our post show on Twitch, though we are doing a podcast out of our post shows. So we will kind of go back and cover things that we talked about during the show, some high points, and review some questions that you guys are asking. So yeah, head over to twitch.tv/sgeeks to participate in our podcast and post show. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Cellphone.